much for clicking on to my video. I am Vanchell Journey, and this is another episode of Car Conversation. So I was out today just running some errands. Had a couple of things I needed to do. I was able to get all of that done. I am very, very happy. It's actually 5 o'clock in the evening, 5:02 to be exact. And I decided just to pick up something for dinner because I wasn't cooking, honey. I've been out since about 12 o'clock handling business, and I just don't have it in me to cook. Today is 88 degrees outside. Yes! Now, if you know me, I'm not one to brag. Well, if you know me, then you know I do brag. But I only brag about this, the weather. And North Carolina was only 88 degrees too today. My summertime is coming home. Yes. Summertime.
It's almost summertime. Summertime. It's almost summertime. Summertime. It's almost summertime.
I love the summertime. Yes, indeed. I can't stand to be cold. So I'm just so happy when the weather's warm. I'm happy. And listen, I don't care how hot it gets. I do not complain. Although, yes, I might be a little overheated, but I won't complain. Because I cannot stand to be cold, y'all. It just gets in my bones. That coldness gets in my bones, and I just can't get warm. I don't care what I try to do. I can't deal with it. So I don't care how hot it gets. You will not hear Vanchell Journey complaining. No, you won't. And if I do say anything about it being hot, it'll be up in here. I won't let it come out here. No. You know, I had to run in the store for something, and I just started looking around, and I was like, oh my goodness. It just kind of like hit me like a ton of bricks how fortunate we are here in the United States. We have a plethora of availability of everything. There are so many options just for toothpaste alone. Just say toothpaste. There's like so many different toothpaste to choose from. It's just like, it's incredible. And it got me thinking about those that are less fortunate in other countries, you know, where the things that, you know, we in the United States take for granted. Now, I know the United States of America is not the only place that has abundance. You know, there are other places in this world that have abundance in the same areas where there is lack. But it was, you know, it just hit me like, my goodness, we are so blessed here in the United States to have, you know, such abundance of things. And sometimes, you know, the things that we complain about in the general scheme of things are really nothing to complain about. Nothing. You know, over here, you know, we are upset if we don't have the latest trend of sneakers, just say. You know, if we have to wear last year's styles of shoes. You know, the clothes that are no longer in fashion, you know, like that's the things that some of us worry about when other countries are worrying about where their next meal is coming from. I'm talking like it's breakfast and they're worrying about what we're going to have for dinner. You know, I saw this thing on, I think it was YouTube or TikTok, one or the other, where this lady in Africa, this gentleman was coming into her home, and he wanted her to show him around her home, and she was literally walking through water, you know, like almost a foot of water in her home to get to the kitchen. She had children, you know, things that were underneath water, and just I mean, it was just deplorable. The things that this lady was dealing with on the norm. This was her norm. And her countenance was not upset or sad. It actually had a look of being proud as she waded through almost a foot of water to get from one room to the other, and her children played on a makeshift bed, and she had to actually exit the dwelling to get to the bathroom, which that route also was full of water and all kinds of debris. And it just really, really had an effect on me, a really big impact. And thank God that the gentleman that she was showing around her home had some money for her. But it just got me, to thinking about how fortunate and blessed I am. And I do realize, and I thank God that I, have enough sense to realize how fortunate that I am, how fortunate that my family is, how fortunate my upbringing was. I still have my parents and they are still in the land of the living. And how fortunate I am to have my children, and that they are not out in the streets, and they're not strung out on drugs, and they're not gang banging, and my daughter is not on the street, what we call Pacific Avenue here in Jersey. My siblings and I, we're tight like that, got each other's back. Nieces and nephews that are like my children, like I love them like I had them, because basically I did, all of them, they mine. I have a family that loves me for me. I don't have to be nobody else. I can be Vanchell, and I'm loved for being Vanchell. I have friends that are true friends that I know care for me and have my back, not just in word but in deed. I have family that are true family, that if I need them like this, they will be there. Sometimes don't even have to call them on the phone, but they are there. It's like that. Like my family is like that. We are close. We're tight. Just, how blessed I am. And I hope that me just mentioning some of these things help you to realize how blessed you are. If you're having a bad day and everything is not working out the way that you planned it today, I hope that this little bit of discussion that you and I just had will just help you to stop, think, and then thank God, because there's always someone else that's worse off than you. There's always someone else that is not as blessed as you are. They're not as blessed as we are. So I hope that this just brought to your remembrance, even though things can be bad right now. And I know, I got things going on that's not, not peaches and cream either. But there's always an opportunity to give God thanks for the things that you have, for the things that he has done in your life, for the things that he is doing. And once you start to thank God for those things, you'll be able to thank him for the things that he hasn't even done yet, because he's going to do them. That's the God that we serve. I'm just saying, I am blessed. I am so blessed, and I'm just so thankful to God. I am capable of having this thought process to recognize how blessed I am, and to recognize that everyone isn't as fortunate as I am. That there's people out there that don't have what I have. And it's not an opportunity to brag about it. It's an opportunity to do something about it. So when I see somebody on the street that, needs $1, needs a meal, that I give that to them. I don't know their situation. They might be out there and that's the living. They might go home and drive in a Mercedes and go to their house, but I don't know that. So if I have something to give, I'll give it to them, and God will give it back to me. I'm not worried about that. And if they're using it for ill gain, then, God will take care of that too. But always wanting to help somebody else, because I know how blessed I am. And every dollar in my pocket is not given just for me to spend, but it's also for me to help the less fortunate. So I just wanted to bring that to you today. Just from being in that store and just looking around and seeing all of the abundance. If you're blessed to have abundance, give it to someone else that doesn't have it. You never know. Wait till I tell you about the story. Because I have one. I'm like Paul in the Bible. I know what it is to have, and I know what it is to have not. I've been there. So I'm appreciative, and thank God I was appreciative before I had not. But I am just so thankful to God for all my blessings. So I said all of that to say, y'all, I hope you recognize how blessed you are today. And I hope that you had a blessed day today. I hope everything worked out fine for you today. And if not, you know what I always do. I pray that for you tomorrow. Bye. Remember, Jesus loves you.